The bathtub is in the kitchen. My favorite thing about the apartment is my Les Mis poster. This goes first. Will you join in our crusade? My name is Kirsten, and welcome to my 219 square foot apartment in New York City. This building was built around 1890. This is in the heart of Hell's Kitchen. We're on West 49th Street, and the tenements in this area were built for the dock workers who worked on the Hudson River. So it was for them, and then often they had large families that would live in these tiny units. It was rough. It didn't look like this when I moved it. It was very different. The landlord said, anything you do to this place will make it better than how it is now. So he literally said, do whatever you want. I would say that my style is antique, metallic, meets Broadway, meets Midwestern comfy. A lot of my decor is based on places I've been or experiences I've had. I'm a music teacher at an all-girls private school here in New York City. We have been doing remote music classes since March 2020. My school provided me with a keyboard. It's not quite big enough for a keyboard, but I needed to have it to teach music. And I sit and I teach them ukulele, and we use stuffed animals and puppets, and I read them stories. I did get out on my fire escape a bit and got some fresh air, but it was tough being here through the pandemic. One of the things that makes this apartment unique is that the bathtub is in the kitchen, which always makes people laugh. But then the toilet is in its own separate, very small room. I remembered when I was in Japan, I had seen a sink that was on top of the toilet basin. When you flush, clean water goes in it, and then you wash your hands, and then that water, just the soapy water, goes in the basin, and then that's what you flush with the next time. I wondered if we could find one here, and sure enough. And that is always the fun party trick. When people come over, they want to flush my toilet. I never thought I'd say that. My dad is a handyman, so I call him the handy dad. We hung and painted cabinets. I got the cabinets on Craigslist, and I painted them, and I added new hardware, and then suddenly I really liked them. They were cheap. I mean, I think I paid $25 for them. We did a backsplash above my oven. We hung shelves, we hung the TV, we hung the stained glass. He created the door and added hardware. We built the loft. So the loft is from IKEA, but the way it came, it did not fit quite well in the space. So there was a lot of jimmying and cutting, and it is very much nailed into the wall. My dad made this side table for me. It fits perfectly in between my couch and the brick. It has 3 legs. Yeah, it does. Thanks, Dad. Dad, you're great. There are sneaky storage spaces. Underneath me is a storage space for sure. I store my wine in the fireplace. That's where my wine rack is. I added wine glass holders that are fantastic. One thing that's been my saving grace was I put up a big hanging bar under my bed, and then I can have room for my clothes. I have a bunch of cabinetry in here that I use to the nth degree. My advice for people who are setting up a small space to live in is to be organized. So really use your space, all the nooks and crannies underneath things, and make sure that every single spot has a home, and then stick to that. But also make space for the things you really love. I mean, I keep 2 pairs of skis in this apartment, which is unreasonable, but I love skiing, and so it's worth it to me. You laugh about the skis, but I do cross-country ski in Central Park, and when it snows enough in Times Square, I did get to do that this year. It was really fun. Home is when I can open the door and come into my apartment and just leave New York City and all the craziness that it entails and involves behind me. I mean, if you are out in the crazy all day, you need to come home and sleep in the stillness.